This video is a recording from yesterday's live trading session in the Discord room. We caught about 100 ticks total in Nasdaq futures, but we had some ups and downs. It actually took a bit of work to get there. We had 6 total trades. I'm going to show you everything, the winners and the losers right now in this video so you can understand the logic behind the setups. Let's go. Okay. Real straightforward. Hourly chart is in a downtrend, right? That's like all we really need to know right now. Now, if you look at it on like a 4-hour chart, you know, these were some significant swing lows. So we're definitely approaching an area where we saw buying activity in the past. Again, approaching an area where we might start to see some signs of buying coming in. But on the time frames we trade, we're going to need to see things start to roll over first. We're going to need to see that sort of chain of effect, because if we try to just take scalps to the long side down here based on a big old like 4-hour level, it's a really good way to get chopped up. But right now we're sort of in no man's land to the downside on this 15-minute chart. We probably have to go down to a significantly smaller time frame to really see the detail of what's going on. This chart shows really nicely this is a 3-minute, shows the structure that's being formed, and we're going to probably have to let that develop a little bit. I am going to draw an anchored VWAP from the news release, and we just want to keep an eye on this because a reclaim of this VWAP would mean that, you know, the sellers from the news, on average, if we reclaim above this, those sellers are underwater or they've closed out their positions. So once we get above this, the news sellers are no longer definitively in control anymore. So that's why I like having this yellow line, is that anchored VWAP, anchored to the release of the news. It's a really helpful little trick. But right now, again, you know, everything is saying stay to the sell side. I'd probably want to at least see these swings start to break structure and start to look like things are heading up more definitively, and see volume sort of on this level shift in a comfortable way towards the upside before I would consider longs. But definitely keep an eye on this VWAP level, this anchored VWAP, because a lot of times on these news days we'll get above this and we'll get a nice clean retest and push, and then off we go to the upside. Really, there's like this area here right around 47.50. That's kind of the structure that we'd want to break at a minimum to start having a more bullish lean. I'd honestly like to see this retrace down further, you know, retracing into even like this area down here. All right, let's see if we get anything interesting here. Could still consider a long off this area. I'm gonna try it. All right, let's see if the buyers can come in and pump this up. There we go. Come on. If they pump it up nice and good, I'll bring my stop under these lows. But they got to really give it a good push. I'm not happy with that. That's better. Let's bring it up here. So pretty small risk now. They're still here. I want to see more volume come in. That looks nice. Let's bring the stop up here. Oh, I love that. I love that. Still holding, still holding. Just need one more good push above that VWAP to get my target, if they can do it. Just going to keep my stop where it is. It's a small loss if I take a loss, but I don't want to get taken out, break even for no reason. So we're just holding. I might bring it up under this now. There we go. I'm going to put this here. So now, worst case scenario, we're basically break even, maybe a slight gain on the trade. I'm going to give this an extra tick or two. Okay, we got taken out. No big deal. It was a good shot, just didn't quite make it all the way to our target. Again, kind of like this low right here and right now is sort of my line in the sand. This level is becoming kind of more significant down here. See, buyers are really present down here. It's going to be a timing issue. But once they're ready to go, they're going to go. We're going to get above this VWAP. I can almost guarantee it. I might be wrong, but I mean, look at this now. Look at this volume. Like, that is sexy. This is not a breakout that I want to buy the breakout because there's nothing underneath it. We didn't consolidate before, so there's no support right there. If it just takes off without us, then that's fine. Let's see what happens if we retest this level. I don't love a retest of this level a ton because, again, I'd prefer to have some consolidation under here. So we might come through the level a little bit. And I actually would prefer that to get some other confluence like the VWAP or this right in here for a continuation. But I'm watching this. There might be a long opportunity here. It's just a little bit not my ideal. Right now it's a simple pullback, so I could just get in with like an engulfing if the volume looks right on it. So now we're close to that VWAP. That's a little better. The volatility is still pretty big, which makes it a little challenging. Looking at something like that probably, if it goes from here. I'm going to get in. Just give this stop a little bit of breathing room. Just going for 1.5. Here we go. Let's go, boys. Struggling here a little bit. One more big pump. Let's retest these highs now. I'm going to bring my stop underneath this basing candle. I'm going to go a little bit inside this wick. Just a couple ticks inside that 1.5R. If I do take a loss here, it'd be very small. I want to see another good pump by the buyers. But this could come down deeper and then go. And I'd still get back in for a long. Come on, buyers. Pump it up. If this pumps again, I'll bring my stop up underneath that swing. So it'll be a little above break even. A little bit more. A little bit more. Not moving it yet. Buyers need to get above this little swing high. See some volume come back in. Give it another good push up. Right now the volume's kind of weak on the buy side. So I don't love that. Here we go. Stop at break even plus. Need a couple more ticks. A couple more ticks. There it is. Got our target. Nice trade. Nice trade. That's how we do it. In the green. Anchored VWAP for the win, guys. Anchored VWAP for the win. Remember I said that early on. Break that, come back for a retest, and we get along. Had everything we needed to see there. Low volume pullback after a big, strong impulse. Nice hammer as the volume started to increase. We got right in. Nice fill. Took our target right at those highs right before the pullback. Everything went perfect there. All right, big volume down. Big volume down, but you know, we got all this volume here that kind of stemmed from this base. So I'm still looking at this, you know, this whole area on the 1 minute as potential demand area. But at this point, I need to see a rollover in the volume, and I need to see a nice higher low print in order for me to consider getting long. Actually, no, let me keep this here, because if we get above this and then retest it, that would be a nice area too. But we are getting a lower volume pullback right now. So this actually could be a long. something like that. I might get in. We'll see. I like the volume so far, but the buyers have to push it back up.
Order submitted.
Oh, I got a terrible fill there. Terrible fill. Don't like that at all. I am long. I got a really bad fill though. I don't love it. But it is what it is. I'm going for about 70 ticks profit here if this plays. Very nice push. Very nice push. My stop's just under break even right now. I'll start trailing bar by bar up here because I had a lot of a bad entry, so my target's bigger than usual. I'll get more aggressive with my stop. I want it to push one more time back up before I get too aggressive with my stop. I don't love my current stop placement. To be honest, I'm going to bring it down a couple ticks. I'm okay taking a small loss on this. But let's see if the bulls give it another push. That was a nice volume push up. And then I'll bring it up under this swing if we could get another push. I'm going to get taken out. That's okay. We're still green on the day. I'm still watching it right here. I'll get back in if I can. If it shapes up. This is still bullish to me. It's tempting to get in right here. I'm going to try it again. Let's shoot for this high. Might have just been a little bit early before. It's a little bit under 1.5R. Come on, guys. There it is. Come on. Come on, one more push. Come on. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. I might have to go break even on this one. It seems silly to take a L on this. It got so close to my target. Tempted to go break even, but come on, one more push. One more push. I'm going to get out if it breaks this. It was just... Man, sniper entry there. Flew right after our entry, but I didn't like the way that hammer formed, and then taking that out. See, now we're breaking down. I would have got taken out break even, and I had moved my stop to here. We might tap into this demand down here. You know, this is still an area of interest down here. You know. Whoops. At this point, I am waiting for a higher low for entry. I will not get in just off a single candle formation. Let's see some more bullish volume come in before we get too eager. Let them show us they're here. Let them show us where they are. Remember, if it's going to go, there'll be plenty of opportunity. This looks good now. Let's wait for a pullback. Look at that, right off that area. Maybe the retest lines up with this kind of thing. Pulling back. Testing that previous high. Trade would look something like this. It's a pretty tight little pullback. I would like a little bit more, personally. But beggars can't be choosers. I'm going to get in. Might be a little bit of an early entry. Actually think my target could be a little closer for a 1.5. Let's stick with 1.5. Should be able to get this, I think. Volume looks really nice. Come on, guys. Give it a little go. Give it a little pushy push. Again, I'm not going to let this go all the way to target and then... There we go. Now that is how we like our trades to go. What were we in that trade for? 15, 30, 45 seconds. Do you see the simplicity, though, of the analysis? It's just price and volume. Simplicity is key.